but being able to consistently put pressure onto Outplayed.
Wow.
The issue though with Outplayed is they play Watson, and they're probably going to have that pylon up alongside the fences to really just outline that building and make it tough for them to push. GoNext playing the rooftop, trying to find any angle they can to eliminate that team inside their building.
I mean, this is a recipe for disaster for these two squads. Outplayed and GoNext sharing the same space. And while, yes, it's a knock here onto Maxi, I can't imagine being next to each other is going to elicit great safety. You can already see some of the shots ringing in from the opposite side. It's none other than Cybercats starting to take those aggressive angles. Ranches, once again, that posture in Alonzi from above.
You know, they had to throw out the Dark Veil early to try and hit the res, but as Outplayed moves in, Cybercats, they just full send, and Alonzi grabs as many eliminations as possible, and Cybercats bounce back from yet another consistent day to get a map 1 win here in Stormpoint.
There's a reason I picked him up at the start of today. What might be an underdog story is starting to look like a Lions legend here for the Cybercats. At least GoNext here. That would give them their success, but it's going to come down to, well, how much ANC are actually looking to win this one out. They know their backs are against the wall, and the call for second is always available.
ANC Outplayed right now. Set themselves up comfortably with those fences, making it so that nobody really wants to push in on them just yet. But as they have to make the choice to move in, they're the ones that are on the farthest portion of the zone. They're going to have to be pushed in first, move past these fences, and you know that these teams have ANC Outplayed in their line of sight. ESG have moved up. They got a little bit of a rock here for cover, trying to do some damage. GoNext, though, still safe in their original position, and this is going to be down to GoNext.
It's a great move in here as ESG are able to capitalize and send ANC Outplay home, but the reset needs to come just as quickly from above. Kashi takes advantage, takes L-Stars, and puts GoNext in the driver's seat for the second win of the day.
GoNext did such...
For 2R1C and the lone standing Light, this could be the last stand for them. I can't even believe Light's still alive as Passion UA down and out. Light gets found. We're into the final 4.
Aurora here on the outskirts, LCDF across from them. A major exchange of batteries before what can be some of these final fights as you show that Aurora are in more than good health here. Bit of refreshing rolling thunder, but Forge, 2R1C, Aurora, all coming from the exact same side of zone here. 2R1C might be looking to finish off Forge before they even get the chance to play.
Here it goes. We want to get into the final 3. Even 9 Impulse kind of extending out, looking for a piece of it, but it's all going to Myc. Forge eliminated, but the duo of 2R1C now has to use the cover of this Dark Veil to reset, but not before 9 Impulse is able to deal a significant amount of damage, but it doesn't even matter. Everyone is bleeding apart. 2R1C fall, and the final engagement between LCDF and Aurora ensue. The grab lift for Zedon to finish the nail in the coffin, and LCDF, their home of Northpad, they take your win in map 3.
We talked about it earlier, able to win from the POI you call home. For LCDF, they have had to deal with not just...
It'll be interesting to see what they can do with all of this open space. Aurora obviously knows they're there. The catwall had to go down. They don't have a lot of cover to play with, and Aurora is off the rock onto the roof against 07.
They were forced to push off. They took too much damage in the open on the top. Now, can they hit the regain? All the shield bats come through, and now we're looking at med kits. Fun fact, 1,913 shield bats were used up in the EMEA region until this match day, with Hardeki being the top user of shield bats, and they got to keep on. How they're able to survive here is crazy. Still getting a knock, bang ult doing work.
We're seeing lots of shield cracks coming through. Players are starting to go down. LCDF looking a little bit low. 07 still managing to hold on to this roof, but if I'm not mistaken, E6 is above them, trying to push them off for control. Some beautiful shots with the Volt coming out of Nasty, trying to do what he can to force E6 away and off of their position right now. E6 does go down, and 07 survive by the skin of their teeth.
My question is, how many nades do 07 have? We've seen this before, and this was their pop-off moment. They have the high ground. Now we need to really focus on this, because how will they approach it? We grab lift up from Nasky, drops down, immediately goes down. Amphi to follow. Nags left standing into the top 3, but it's Aurora who's really cooking, and Made in Heaven, though, able to take out 07 and clean up the remnants of Aurora.
Where did Made in Heaven come from? That was the sneakiest, most patient play. We were watching Aurora fight for their lives. We were watching 07 try to hold down that roof. E6 die. 07 are forced off the roof because the ring is too close. Made in Heaven, I feel like they were silent assassins in the end there.
Jay Savage does have the Rolling Thunder available for endgame too.
I like the extension out here over towards the side from Jay Savage, taking these off angles. It makes it so that if Aurora go for a full push, it's not the entire roster, and that opposite angle will allow them to thrive. ESG here, even though they are pushed out from height, they are going to be able to hold on to it till the very end of this play. So it's going to come down to how aggressive Aurora gets with a grab lift in play, with a full send to height, and Hardeki down, though. They've seemed to make their choice.
Oidrain last standing drops down, but the 3-man stack comes through. And now Forge meet the mark. They come to the top, and they just try to whittle away. I'd love to jump into Illicit, and we can hear the comms for the end of game.
It's a duo.
We have to drop. Wait, look at the guy. Under us. The conduit.
Drop on him, drop on him, drop on him.
Okay, dropping now, dropping now. Conduit, focus, conduit.
I'll do that.
Bang flash, bang right side.
Back down. Let's go right side.
Bang one,
You're full, Joe, you're full. He's on left side, push him. Walk blue on the side.
I need to reload. Yes, I'm next side.
He's still here.
Let's go.
I told you one big game. Bro.
One big game. I told you so. You hear the comms. The boys are happy, and they are your winners of map number 5. I have to think, knowing that we saw them on double-digit eliminations just moments prior as they were setting up their space.
Full English biding their time out from the edge has allowed them to posture for placement, but it still doesn't answer the height that they need. And from all of that, from above, 07 able to survive as a single remaining member.
You've got to do what you can. The final 3, and Passion UA coming into this outside the top 15, needing a massive day, but even more so, the full English. So tough for them hitting those contests onto Stormpoint.
Oh.
Are we about to see something quite interesting here? We're gonna bait that for presence. We don't have banners in the hand of Amphi. I think he just wants to see, will you make a move based off this?
The Full English get themselves topped up one last time before they've got to rev those engines and take off down the track here. But with no answer to climb height, just a grab lift and play, I can't imagine UA won't take advantage of that explicit moment.
And all of their attention goes straight towards the reigning member of 07, allowing Passion UA an angle onto Full English. All of the nades that they've been stacking throughout the game have been rained down upon. You have to get rid of the pylon, and they do that. Max Strafe opens the door, goes down immediately. Sonya and Artie now to double down and try to clean up what Max started. And a dance between the two knockdowns will be final, and Passion UA, your winners of map 6.
Coming through under a new name, but with just as much success when they need it most here. A zone that left us, well, in a bit of a tussle. From above, they're able to pick it all up here. The biggest thing I'm most curious about is from that trials position, how much were they truly impacting, especially that...
Looks like we could potentially be looking for more grenades or any of that nature, some ordnance and design. Grabbing the ultimate high ground on that Spire. Over Sleepers here, though. Having a really solid start. We lose Vaudry, and the Radiant transfer comes through. Now it's just JP left standing as DNOGaming falls, and Over Sleepers to join them now. Though tides are turned. Legacy disguised. Who's going to take it? Map number 1.
From within the smoke, they'll try to find the shots that they need, but it's Timmy from afar, taken back A moment to hit a bat as a crack coming through from Eddie on the side with 33, but the push alongside him will find first knocks for the likes of Legacy.
Not designed, getting stunned from the Rogue Watson fence from DNO. Timmy taking some time to restabilize. We're still in that 3v2 situation. Yanya grabs an armor swap, and we are barricading out into an all-out brawl. Design last standing against the world in a 1v3. Ooh, and it's just not going to be enough. They were locked in. They left it at the door. But at the end of the day, Legacy take the win in map number 1.
Keon on the other side, making this actually what looks like just a direct 1v1 here as that zone, well, it's going to be doing most of the damage.
I was wondering if Keon was going to try and do anything with his rat status to see if he could maybe clean this up, make it more difficult than it needs to be. It's exactly what he does. Clearing out XSET, now having this entire side of the zone to himself. So that means we're really just focusing on Moist and dropping gaming to battle it out and see if Keon can play spoiler for any of it.
Oh, well, for Moist already, double knocks found with, well, I'll tell you what, the energy barricade doing most of the work from a cleanup on TSM and Design to now a 1v3 that's a victory lap for Moist.
Oh, Keon just a little bit too far away, and Moist completely close out with style. Match number 2, and that was well deserved because yet another situation here, Zephyr, where we had to watch them rotate from pretty far away.
This is just crazy here. It's not much of a high ground. It's just a whole lot of sight lines that need to find safety from. Luminosity really blistering it in where it hurts here. Sweet though. Poised to keep that pressure in line, allowing them to drop forward or even XSET to walk out and contest for high ground positioning at the wrong time. Might be a slip up that comes back to bite them.
They have some birds perched on their roof, and now XSET has taken towards the bottom. Timmy trying to make that early rotation, get out of head of the team beneath them, albeit we know it's XSET. You can even hear the audio cues of a res nearby coming through, and Timmy on the rooftop gets sought out by multiple teams, even Luminosity across the way. Funk picks up that knock.
I'm honestly shocked to see that deep of a rotation into, I mean, what could have been assuredly height that was held here. XSET going to be one of the first squads to extend their utility for a successful move here. It's a little early in terms of final zones, and actually it completely seals off this fight between them and Luminosity.
This is tough, right? XSET, the sleeping giant, going up against the powerhouse of Luminosity. Fun falls incredibly low, and Knock has to hit the shield bat, so Koifel has to do enough damage, and Koifel goes big, taking down Luminosity.
It's a big win for them, and they sustain on height here, but they'll lose out one on the revive, which could lead to a full send from any one of these teams sitting in Cascade. But Oxygen, they can't quite make that move, knowing they've still got to deal with a squad from below. XSET's cover, though, is ticking. It is a time bomb here. Not much to truly sustain with as evacs are down.
3 bullets left on the wingman, 2, 1. We're going into the final zone with only 1 weapon here. But as we seek to go forward, we're inching our way closer. We've seen Oxygen make plays with evac towers in the end zone. Koi just down there below. We've seen the early rotation come through. We've got a bangle, and Koi is last standing as a solo.
So influential here, able to find the drop and first knock onto Oxygen.
Okay.
Puts a gravity lift on the exit as that finally comes out. Finally, Oblivion are allowed to leave, but they might have just decided that game for everybody.
They fall, and now Oblivion taking on the duo of Oxygen Esports. Radiant transfer to go down, and they drop. They need a big win here, and Aiden goes massive. Now we turn the tides towards Reeds. The dance of the knockdowns comes through. We just need to connect. We're hitting for flesh, but it doesn't matter because Oblivion withstands Oxygen and takes map number 3.
Oh, I am telling you, there at the end, it was a nice edge in terms of who would come out on top.
Definitely proving to be a pain, a thorn in the side of FURIA and GKS, because They can't just focus on each other. They've got to worry about Legacy across the way, who has some fantastic sight lines on them, all while DNO is just hanging out and watching it all go down. TSM also waiting in the wings, trying to see how they want to handle it. It's down to anybody's game. It's time to move in, and the first fight looks like it's between FURIA and GKS.
And they wall and immediately go left, trying to get out of the line of sight of Legacy, who give an open season and try to wrap around on them. FURIA still alive, but will be pushed on to GKS. TSM have set their sights onto DNOGaming and playing for Truck, and FURIA barricades forward. That initial knock onto Naughty cleans up GKS, but now they have to deal with Legacy, who have essentially mirrored their positioning.
That was incredible. Legacy going for that fight of FURIA opened up TSM to continue having this fight with DNO. It's taking a little bit longer than planned. Burholz is down, Reps is almost out. Hal's last one alive. They're not able to make it work. DNO still holding that truck soundly, and now it's down to Legacy to see what they can do with it.
And they're getting shield swaps. Yanya makes the push onto DNO, gets incredibly cut down quick. Senox opening the door for the squad. Jaguares from above, a little bit of a rogue Watson. And Niazel brings it to that 2v2. We go inside with all the fences. Jaguares finds another, and it's just a little bit of dupe left standing. And Legacy, they do it. Your map 1 winners bring it forward into map 4. And with Moist holding a large amount of space on this zone, they have to push forward. Let's jump into a listen in with Moist.
170 energy, and I've got 50 light, okay?
Yeah, I've got
Team have to move.
Take some light.
I hear you. This team's moving. They're pushing up a caravan again. They're fighting it.
I'm looking with you, I'm looking for angles. They have to come
They're
out.
wiped.
It's two teams,
Okay.
one on the left, one on the right.
We shoot them into, we have to shoot these guys into the other team. Where can we play after this, though?
We just keep walking it up. We force these guys like back here. We need
What
to
about
force
these guys?
What do you think I
We
use
need
my
to force
Cardinal
them.
on then?
Yeah, you might need to use your
We
confidence.
need to
They're starting to
these
pick me.
guys?
These guys are starting to pick me.
I'm staring these guys. They're in the caravan.
Smoked. They're gonna run out soon. Running out. Weak.
I might bang hold them.
I cracked them. I cracked them. I cracked them.
I'm bang holding.
Frying the team on the left.
Nice.
They're shooting them. Go left.
Go left. Yes.
Up 60.
They're picking. I'm backing up. I'm weak. Heal me.
Healing you.
I just range.
I'm getting wingman. I'm batting. I'm playing on guild. We can play time.
I have to bat. No. I have to get out. I'm getting conduit all down.
I'm literally just waiting, okay?
Team on the right staring at me. I'm dead. I have a knockdown to play if you need to.
Yes.
I got conduit all down.
Knock.
Coming over.
No, it's bad. It's so bad. It is so... Bro, go back.
Give me knock.
Give me your...
Knock forward.
We get a lot of information there, but their comms are crystal clear. But as we move into that end game, that dark veil will fall soon. And just like that, Moist have fallen. GKS, DNOGaming, your last 2 teams, and Naughty trying to stay alive alongside Chaotic here.
A beautiful knockdown shield to give them the advantage, but the damage plays into DNO's favor. From behind, finds first knock, switching over to the Prowler, isn't able in the end. GKS, your winners of Game 5.
That is going to be a massive game for GKS, because when you think...
TSM to 1 on the other side, Gaming Gladiators to another here.
And GKS still looking to clean out their side of zone. They find Nano, and just like that, Gaming Gladiators has fallen into the final 5. A big 3v3 here about to occur, with DNO isolating themselves inside of the building and FURIA towards the outskirts. The issue is, if FURIA decides to push in towards that building, that DNO will have to leave eventually. Luminosity is likely to push into this and third party it.
Those zip lines are right below this, and it gives them that perfect moment to come on up there. And for GKS, this is everything they want and more here. Only, but I believe 6 or 7 points off, potentially usurping Moist on what could have been their win. All they have to do is wait.
And wait they shall. FURIA did the same for DNO to exit the building. They're able to find some shield cracks, but we look over that horizon with Luminosity just underneath them. Keon is focused on Senox. Watson is scouting. DNO's on the low ground alongside Luminosity, and GKS is on the other side. We expend out the Bangalore ult, but if GKS peeks up, the frag grenade sends Naughty sky high, and now they have to focus on healing, but they've already positioned themselves into second place.
It's a solid spot there. Heals in play. FURIA with literally but an inkling of height available. We'll try to see what damage they can do to GKS before they themselves are forced to drop down. Great cracks from his Watson and Afar. They could be potentially the nails in the GKS coffin if, well, maybe they don't turn towards Luminosity first.
No, that is absolutely disgusting. Meanwhile, DNO cleans house of GKS, stopping them in their tracks. But for Luminosity, a FURIA drops down. The final two occur. Watson gets decimated. And now Keon, the lone member of FURIA, has to clutch this up. He barricades forward. And FURIA take your final game of match day number 5.
I came into today searching for a FURIA return in some way. And I said at some point, given their performance and how they've been fighting things out, this is a team that deserves to win. Choking out DNO and taking away that God spot.